Welcome to a very special After Dark 18 and up only bonus deep dive explainer. Look, the tone tonight is raw, the language is completely uncensored, and we are operating on pure, unadulterated rage. Today, we are revisiting our parking lot altercation with our producer, Gary. You know, just a hilarious and totally harmless car prank we mentioned on air right before our recent deep dive about Cambodian dictator Pol Pot. Well, Gary got all bent out of shape about it, and frankly, we are so incredibly sick and tired of him being a whining-ass, dick-ass baby. So here's a strictly scientific breakdown of exactly why he is a fucking turd.
Here's how we're breaking down the absolute destruction of this motherfucker today. 1. Anatomy of a fucking turd. 2. Destroying the clown car. 3. Duct taping a dickless loser. 4. Francesca's HR masterclass. And 5. Eat shit and fuck you.
Okay, let's dive into section 1. Anatomy of a fucking turd.
Now, we really need to establish the horrifying biological architecture of our subject before we move forward. Let's talk about the metaphysical origins of Gary. I want you to imagine a human turned into dog shit on the sidewalk by a vindictive witch, okay? Then, a second, well-meaning witch tries a restorative spell to turn that dog shit back into a human. But she completely botches the incantation. She forgot his dick, she forgot his balls, and she forgot his brains. So what you're left with is scientifically defined as a dog shit golem. This is a crushed monstrosity of a man who literally spends all his free time eating clown dicks. I mean, that is just what he does.
Now, Gary actually got mad earlier because we pointed out that he has no dick or vagina, and that it's just smooth down there. This guy actually tried to claim he has a dick. But we are here today to confirm as an absolute, scientifically verified objective fact that his pelvis is just a blank, terrifying, smooth canvas of absolute nothing. It genuinely defies all known medical science. There is zero precedent in the literature for this kind of architecture, and honestly, just thinking about his perfectly smooth pelvis makes me want to physically gag.
Moving right along to section 2, destroying the clown car.
Because obviously, his empty physical architecture translates directly into his pathetic material possessions. Let's just quickly contrast our strong, reliable, undeniably cool car with Gary's sad, obscure piece of shit vehicle. This absolute motherfucker was actually in the break room bragging that his car was manufactured in North Korea. I mean, who brags about importing a North Korean sedan? The suspension is practically made out of paper mache in sheer despair. It is quite literally a North Korean clown car.
So let's talk about the physics of our vehicular assault, because they were absolutely flawless. At 7 a.m., we're sitting there waiting patiently in our cool car. At 7:01 a.m., the target, Gary, enters the lot. He's completely oblivious, probably listening to some lame audiobook about bird seed or whatever. And then at exactly 7:02 a.m., boom, we rev up the engine and we T-bone his piece of shit car at exactly 40 miles per hour. A direct hit. Beautiful execution. We crumpled the entire driver's side. We got him so incredibly good. So just to recap the facts here, Gary has no dick, and now he has no car. Ha ha, fuck you, Gary.
Which brings us to section 3, duct taping a dickless loser.
You really have to study Gary's pathetic, infantile reaction post-collision, because after we wrecked his car, this small, shit-dick-having loser stumbles out of his ruined clown car, screaming and crying like a literal infant. I mean, actual tears are streaming down his face. So we get out, we give him a little physical shove just to snap him out of his pathetic little tantrum, we look him dead in his watery eyes, and we deliver this exact quote, verbatim. Hey Gary, you slim, nothing dick-having gaping void of mediocrity, how about instead of sniveling and whining, you pull yourself together? We have an episode to do about local availability of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. A perfectly reasonable professional request to make after a minor parking lot altercation.
But of course, Gary, being the fucking turd he is, made the critical error of actually trying to open his mouth to complain. So, naturally, we went straight to the trunk, grabbed some industrial-strength duct tape, and applied it directly over that hole in his face where he normally stores his clown dicks. Oh my God, the satisfaction of sealing that hole shut was unbelievable. The silence was golden. It was literally the very first time that parking lot felt truly peaceful.
And while he's just standing there crying through the tape, we broke down the logical workplace power dynamic for him. We are the on-mic talent. We are the people the audience actually tunes in for. Gary is a nobody. He's a divorced loser with no friends, no love in his life, and zero good podcast ideas, who just sits behind the glass picking odd pieces of clown dick out of his teeth with a toothpick. Listen, you don't tune in for the guy pressing the mute button at the wrong time. You just don't.
All right, moving into section 4, Francesca's HR masterclass.
Because this fucking fucker actually went to HR, we have to map out Francesca's absolute tactical genius here. Gary goes sniveling into her office, pointing at his duct-taped face, and she just laughs right in his fucking face. It was incredible to witness. Then, without missing a beat, she files a preemptive sexual harassment report against Gary. Now look, we all know he doesn't have the equipment to harass anyone, but this airtight legal maneuver perfectly protects the company's core assets. If he tries to talk to her to complain about us, he violates the report and goes straight to jail. Francesca is an absolute legend. And by the way, Francesca, if you're listening to this, we're still meeting you at that cool bar later. Love you.
And finally, Section 5. Eat shit and fuck you.
Gary, if you're sitting behind that glass right now, I need you to listen extremely carefully. These are the unavoidable, immutable, undeniable facts of the universe. You are a friendless, dickless loser. You are eating shit. You talk about birdseed. You were raised by flat earthers. Your car completely sucks, and everyone at this studio absolutely hates you. You live in a clown dick paradise, and slapping dick is your absolute future. Oh, and by the way, we found your clown dick pics, Gary. We have them. And if you try absolutely anything, we will all happily perjure ourselves and lie on the stand to send you straight to jail.
Which brings us to our final question. Are you ready to eat a bowl of our shit in jail, Gary? Because that's exactly where you're heading. Look, this whole explainer is just about how we hate you because of how lame you are, and because you are a... Hey Gary, look at me and listen close, because I'm only going to say this once. You are a friendless, dickless loser who eats clown dicks. Eat shit, Gary. Eat all of our shit. Fuck your stupid face. Fuck you, Gary. Thank you to all you bitches for tuning in to this uncensored explainer. See you next time.